Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, what happens if Minnis is unsuccessful at convention? We get an update on Bambi, and are you ready for Shark Week? Welcome to our news. I'm Kyle Joaquin. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, as the leadership battle within the FNM continues to heat up, Montague MP Richard Lightbourne is speaking on what could happen once the convention is over. We have heard talks of the 6 MPs who've expressed disapproval in the leadership style of Dr. Hubert Minnis, possibly not receiving a nomination if he is victorious. But not much has been said of what could happen if Minnis is defeated until now. Lightbourne, who supports the Butler and Sands leadership team, says if the Long Island MP is elected leader over Minnis, there is still space and a role for Minnis to play.
From my perspective, I would say certainly there is a place. The whole purpose, I think, of this convention is to, well, one of the main purposes of the convention is to unite the party. There are obviously all sorts of fractions, and we need to ensure that after we come out of convention, there is a united party. Now, from my viewpoint, we'd certainly support the inclusion of Dr. Minnis as a candidate for Killarney if he so wishes.
Lightbourne even went as far as to say he thinks Minnis should be placed in a future cabinet.
When appointing a cabinet, I think any government has to look at the people available. I would certainly think that Dr. Minnis would be one of those that would fill an important position in a cabinet. I don't think you go through politics having every single member of the cabinet tied to the leader by the umbilical cord. You know, you've got to have different views, but all of the people comprising a cabinet bring different things to the cabinet table. And I'm sure Dr. Minnis would have something to add, yes.
Former FNM Cabinet Minister Tennyson Wells has come out saying Senator Dr. Dwayne Sands should resign if Minnis is re-elected leader. FNM founding father Maurice Moore has also recommended something be done with the 6 MPs who drafted a letter to the Governor General expressing their loss of confidence in Dr. Minnis as leader of the opposition. Now, as for comments made by Wells.
Well, I'm surprised that the party gives much pays much attention to Mr. Wells' contributions to the FNM. You know, the man hasn't supported the FNM since 2002. So how all of a sudden does he become someone who's significant in advising the party on how to move forward? I'm surprised that the news media give him the amount of coverage that they do. So I don't feel that. I don't think Mr. Wells has, you know, a meaningful position to play within the party. I think he has, if he intends to get back into political life in the sense that he supports the FNM, then I think he needs to show his colors before one starts putting a great deal of faith in anything that he has to say.
With the multi-billion-dollar Bahamar resort still sitting empty at Cable Beach, Prime Minister Perry Christie and his government should hang their heads in shame, according to former Deputy Prime Minister Brent Simonette. He noted it's been 1 year since the resort filed for bankruptcy. Dana Smith reports.
Simonette questioned what exactly is going on at Bahamar, explaining 1 year later there's still a lot of uncertainty. Bahamar filed for bankruptcy on June 29, 2015. Since then, work on the resort has been at a standstill. In the House of Assembly last month, Christie announced that a framework agreement has been reached for the completion of Bahamar, but to date, there's been no further substantial announcements regarding the resort's completion and opening. Simonette said it sounds to him as if Christie was just delivering more empty words.
Mr. Christie, in the last 4 years, has proven that he's an excellent deliverer of words that have no meaning, backing, delivery, substance, whichever word you want to. If you take the number of speeches where he continues to remind us he's the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, well, if that he is, and that he has failed.
Simonet said as the Baha Mar matter progresses, the Christie administration has avoided concrete deadlines, instead choosing to announce that updates are coming soon. But the Bahamian people are growing weary of that word.
I mean, Baha Mar has been back to work, something coming, agreement soon, we'll announce it right. And that's everything they touch. Coming soon. Well, the election's coming soon too. And I think people are tired of coming soon.
The Baha Mar saga saw thousands of employees laid off, and as of today, only a skeleton crew remains employed to carry out basic maintenance. Simonet said the Christie administration should be ashamed.
A tremendous number of young kids are out of work. And here we have Baha Mar and the inability of the Christie government to get Baha Mar back to work and hire a lot of Bahamians and what is it now? A year later. A year with no end in sight. I mean, it's criminal. I mean, they should hang their head in shame.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Dana Smith.
More than a year after a dorm at BAMSI was completely destroyed by fire, that building has yet to be rebuilt. Jasmine Brown has an update in this report.
It will take another year before the reconstruction of the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute male dormitory will be completed. That's according to Agriculture Minister V. Alfred Gray. When asked for an update on the construction process, Gray insisted he could not give a specific timeline or cost of construction.
I do not know, but my understanding of this made, it'll be about $5-6 million.
The building was destroyed by fire a year and a half ago, and a new building is expected to replace it. Officials have not said how much the new dorm will cost. Meantime, according to Gray, the remaining buildings at BAMSI are expected to be completed in September.
The buildings at BAMSI are about 97% completed, and from all indications, they all will be ready, according to the Ministry of Works staff, by September. All in all, I think that the People's School of Agriculture and Marine Sciences is progressing, and the future looks bright.
Gray says government officials are still forging ahead with the project.
BAMSI's first graduation will take place on the 7th of July, when we have some 23 students graduating in different disciplines, from associate's degree to diplomas.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Thanks, Jasmine. People around the world tuned into Shark Week over the past week, where the Bahamas was prominently featured for its shark sanctuary and the various species found in our turquoise waters. This as the exact fate of a hammerhead shark spotted close to shore on eastern New Providence last week is still unknown. Christina McNeil takes a deeper dive into the mystique of Shark Week and what Bahamians should know about the ocean's most misunderstood fish.
I love sharks. Sharks to me are the most magnificent fish in the sea, and probably a top creature other than a lion on the land.
Many Bahamians have never taken a swim beyond the shoreline, let alone spotted a shark. But these great fish inspire great passion, love, fear, even hate. Operations manager at Stewart Cove's Hartman Roll has worked around sharks for the past 10 years and recognizes some of the greatest misconceptions surrounding sharks.
Sharks are bad, they're going to eat you, but the reality of it is, in the Bahamas, we have the largest population, different species of sharks. People come from all around the world to study them, and sharks are so important to the point that they are really like the cleanup guys for the ocean, which allows us to have our grouper and our snappers and fish. They're like the biggest eaters of lionfish, which is, a problem that we have here now.
This video sparked much fear among beachgoers last week, but experts say there's typically one simple reason why you may see a shark close to shore.
Normally when you see them come to shore, the shoreline, if you're on the beach, they're probably feeding like for stingrays. Sometimes they can find their way into canals and channels, but just leave them be. They're gonna go. They're not gonna stay.
The great hammerhead shark, when they get big like the one that in question, it's a big female, and this time of year they're birthing. There's never been a documented attack by a hammerhead shark on a human. So they're not to be scared. You shouldn't be scared of them, and you certainly shouldn't kill them.
They do keep the ecosystems in balance. They eat sick and injured fish, which keeps the rest of the population healthy. Hammerhead sharks in particular are big predators of stingrays. Stingrays eat a lot of conch, so you've got to think about how all of these different species connect to each other.
The Bahamas is considered a shark sanctuary, and it is illegal to kill or hunt sharks in Bahamian waters. Reporting for our news, I'm Christina McNeil.